Hello everyone, how are you? Just checking to see if I can see your comments. Hope everybody is doing good today. Let's make sure. I think they're going to come up shortly. Okay, welcome back to the page. I am Laurie, the community manager for Southern Charm Wreaths, as well as a design coach for Southern Charm Wreaths. I'm so glad you've joined me today. Today we will be working on an inverted holiday arrangement. It's going to be a winter arrangement, and I'm super excited to get started with this. Inverted means that the design will go, it will be high on both sides and it will come down like a bottom half of a circle. We're going to build that design up. It'll go up, okay? I'm going to pull you down and we're going to get started. All right. First of all, let me show you what type of container I will be using for the arrangement. These are two clear bowls, okay, just like this. I have super glued them together with clear Gorilla Glue. On the instructions, it does say that you can use this on glass. It works very well. I'm doing this for an individual. They wanted a glass container. I also have a half circle foam, styrofoam that I've picked up from the local hobby or crafts store. I have put that in there. Now, I also took green tissue paper. I did not want my styrofoam to show through. You could use the floral paper or ribbon that comes in here. However, the ribbon that I have was not wide enough to go all the way around. So I took green floral paper, and I just I don't have it right here with me, I just took spray adhesive and sprayed it on the styrofoam, and then I wrapped the green tissue paper around it. And that seemed to work very well. The first thing that I'm going to do to get started is I'm going to ensure that this is going to stay in place. So I'm going to get some of my clear floral tape. This is prepping the container. I'm going to get my clear floral tape if I can find the end of it. Come on now. Sometimes finding the end on this is very difficult, or can be. There it is, I think. Yep. And I'm just going to take this floral tape and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom, across. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing in this direction. This will ensure that the floral design stays in the container. Okay, it's not going to come out. I do want to mention, if you have glued it and you have some glue that has dripped down, it's very easy. All you have to do is take a razor or razor knife and just peel that off. Comes off very easily, just like that. Okay. All right. The next step on the mechanics as far as prepping your design is we're going to take some green Spanish moss. You don't need a lot of this. It is very messy. Now, I'm not looking to cover every single bit. I'm just looking to get the majority of the styrofoam covered. And I'm going to take U-pins, and U-pins are this right here. They're in the shape of a U, and I'm going to stick this in various places and prep the top of this container. I don't want it very thick because I do want the elements that I have chosen to go through. And if I make the green Spanish moss too thick, I might have difficulty putting my elements through it as well. Okay, that's what we have, just like that. Now we're going to give it a haircut. I'm going to go around and I'm going to cut this off. It just gives it a very nice, cleaned, finished look. Okay, all right, let me get this cleaned up. That is the preparation state or steps for the arrangement. How are you all doing today? I hope everybody's doing good. I do not see your comments yet. If you're commenting, please know that I would respond but can't see them. It's all good though. Let's keep going. Let's get this tape up. And this glue. The next step we are going to do is we are going to build our outline or our frame. Now remember, we're doing inverted, and inverted means that we're going to have a low middle base and we're going to invert it upward. Think of maybe a grapevine that is laying on its side and you're looking at the bottom middle. It's going to come up like that, kind of like a boat, the shape of a boat. So the first thing I'm going to do is we have some pine straw here. This is going to be a winter design. I'm going to take this pine cone off. We're not going to use that. And I am going to cut these 3 long needle pine stems off. Sorry, it's a little loud. All right. I'm going to put a still pick in this one. Okay, here we go. These bend fairly well. I enjoy them. Now, if I'm going to do an arrangement on a 5 to 6 foot table or a 60-inch round table, the standard size that you can use for that is anywhere from 12 to 18 inches, okay? So you have to think about what size you want your arrangement to be before you begin. So I don't want my sides to come out any more than 12 to 18 inches. All right? I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to stick this down in the inside. Okay? So this is as long as this side I want it to be. I'm going to come over here and put another one right here. Let's see, I think I want this shape there. Let's do this one. Again, I'm going to come right here. Let's see if I can get a floral pick on this. Now, the thing about inverted is, an inverted design is it's rather long, right? So everything that I'm going to put in here is going to be focused. It's not like a round arrangement. Okay, it's gonna be rectangular in shape. Okay, so I'm looking at right at 18 inches right here. All right, I'm gonna put one more right here because I want it to be a little different. I need some height to it. So I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to stick this down right in there. Let me get my needle nose pliers. Well, it came off, and that's okay. Let's try this one more time. I think that thing had broke. All right, let's do this one. Just sticking it right back in the hole I had it. Now I'm going to bend it just a little bit. Bend this out just a little bit, and this out too. So as you can see, I'm already beginning to get a little shape. Now I'm not going to put another pine needle pick over here because I want it, this is somewhat asymmetrical of a design. All right. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to continue to build my outline up. I have some Norfolk pine right here that is gorgeous. And I am going to begin to build that up. Okay. I'm going to use 3 pieces on each side. 3 always works well for me. I'm going to come over here and put this on this side. Just like that. I'm going to bend it the way I want it to bend. Mine, I'm staying in my line over here. I'm not going past this. I'm going to put some right here. There we go. See how I have done both sides and one on top? So I kind of framed this pine needle. And that's what I'm looking for. Let's see if I can see your comments now. Nope. Okay, I'm going to repeat. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put this right here. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm framing this pine needle picks. Okay. Let me turn it around so you can see how I'm putting it in. Okay, just like that. Now this has one coming up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which side I want to put it on. I'll come back in and put another one in once I get some other elements in. So I'm going to put it right here. Okay, just like that. See how I have kind of made a scoop? Okay, that's the second greenery. So what we have is kind of a drop down and it kind of flows off, okay? But I'm gonna build this back up. The next thing I wanna do is I wanna put some leaf in it, another type of greenery. We're gonna cut some of this off. This is Italian ruscus. Probably going to use more of this, but I'm just going to cut this amount off right for the moment. Now, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put this down somewhere in here. Okay? And I'm going to do it on both sides. When you use different greeneries, see this right here? Right here. See how it falls down? It's not going past my needle, my pine needles though. When you use different greeneries, it elevates the texture in your designs. So again, I'm going to do it over here on this side. Okay. Just like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. When I did this base, I made sure that I had a little lip of styrofoam that stood up, just for this simple reason, so I could put some elements in. See that right there? How it falls. Let's get a little bit more cut. Oh, let's get some still picks. Bear with me just a second. Reload my still pick machine. Okay. There we go. So I have one more to do on this back side. Just like that. Okay. So I have 3 different greeneries in. I have the pine. It has helped my shape. I have Norfolk pine, and then I have Italian russet. All right, the next thing I need to do is come in and put my elements in. Start building my elements. I've got some greenery in, and now I want to start putting some florals in. So these are beautiful magnolias, very pretty, very winter looking. And I am basically taking off the leaves. I'm gonna take one leaf off of this little one, and I'm gonna leave the other one on. And I'm gonna cut this down. Okay. Now, in an inverted design, you could put one in the middle, but I'm going to have people sitting on both sides of the table, so to speak. So I want them to be able to view this beautiful magnolia and this smaller one on both sides. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to angle this one down right here. Right? You have to remember, nature never grows up. It always grows in a natural way. So I only have a little stem left. I've cut it off because I don't need it to go very far. And I am just going to place it where I think I want it. I'm going to look at it. I like that choice. I'm going to mark it with my finger. I'm going to take, since this is such a thick stem right here, I'm going to take my needle nose pliers. You could do this with anything, an ice pick or an awl, a large stem, and I'm going to create a hole. Let me cut this down just a hair bit more. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this, and I'm going to stick it right down in that hole, just like that. See how pretty that is? Very, very pretty. Okay, so now I need to do the other side, right? I want this one, let's open it up just a little bit. I want this one to sit on opposite and diagonal on the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to figure out exactly where I want it to be. I'm going to mark it with my finger. Put a hole in. Put a still pick on it. And I'm going to stick it in that hole right there. Just like that. Now, like I said, you could put it in the center and build out, but I don't care to do that. I want each side of the table to be able to view the gorgeous magnolias that are in it. Okay? So notice I have put them at an angle like they're coming out. They're not sticking up. They're not facing upward. This is more natural looking, and I have placed each one diagonal to each other. Okay? Just like that right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put some camellias in. These are white camellias. I'm going to use 2 of them. I'm going to cut these down. Okay. Now, this one is a larger floral than this one right here. Okay. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to put a camellia here, but I'm going to drop this camellia down a little bit so it does not interfere with this magnolia. On the other side, however, I'm going to come in here, and this is a smaller one, so I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. Okay, and that gives interest to our designs. Okay, so let me think about this. Put a still pick on it. Okay. Figure out where I want to put it, and I'm going to bend it just a little bit. See that right there? In fact, it might need to come down just a little bit. A lot of times you can take a pair of needle nose pliers and push it down a little bit more. We're going to bend it out just a little bit. So that's what we have. Okay? Now I'm going to again come diagonally across. And I'm going to place this one right here. This one's going to be a little higher. It's going to stand up a little higher. I'm balancing out the height in my design by one being higher than the other one. Okay? See that right there? Looking good so far. Looking good so far. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to come in here and I'm going to put some ranunculus in. Okay? Let me cut this down. I do not want these leaves, so I'm going to take these leaves off. Let's get this little green tag off. Well, I'll just cut it down. Now, I have a couple that have little buds on it. I'd like to keep a small one and a bud together. So I'm going to cut another one off. And one more. Okay. Now I need to fill in a little bit. So I'm going to take one of the larger bloomed ranunculus and I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to think about how far up I want it to come. I don't want it to be too high, right? I want it to be just a little bit higher. This is the tip of the design. Come in here and I'm just gonna, it doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but that's what we're looking for right there. Okay. The next thing, I have another one. I'm going to figure out where I want to put this one. Let's do the buds first. I love a little bud in ranunculus fallen right here. So I'm going to cut this down. Put a still pick on this one. And I'm going to come and place it right here. This right here, I know you can't see it, but this area right here is where I want my bloom to land. So as I'm putting it in, I'm thinking about where I want my bloom to land in the design. Okay. I'm going to bend it out just a little bit. Just like that. See where it landed? That's where I want it to be. Now, this right here is about as far out as I want the design on these sides to go, all right? We're talking rectangular in width, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go opposite from this. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put one right here. Do I want a larger one or do I want a, I think I want a little bud with this one as well. I've put a still pick on it. Just going to spread it out a little bit. If you do not have a still pick, you can always use a wooden floral pick. And I'm going to come right here. And I'm going to place this right in here. This one, I want to come up a little bit. Okay, so I've bent it up just a hair. See that right there? All right. I have one more ranunculus. I'm going to hold off on this one for just a second and see. I do have a couple more. See if I need to put some in. But the next thing I'm going to put in is some white. It looks kind of like honeysuckle. I'm going to cut these leaves off. I'm not going to cut all of them off. In an arrangement, you want some leaves on for filler, to fill the space up. Just depends. You need to think about this. How many leaves do you want on your stem? All right, this is rather large. So it's going to fill up some space. So I'm going to put one right here. Just like that. And I have the leaves on. If I don't want the leaves, I can always come back in and cut it off. Okay, that leaf is too much. So I took all of these leaves off. I'm looking to fill holes at this point. So this area right here would be a perfect place for me to fill a hole. These blooms are so nice and delicate. Push this in just a little bit more. Really softens up what I have going on. Okay, that's what we have. And I've got one more. I'm probably going to put it right in here. Put it right there. Just like that. See how that filled up that area? Looks really pretty. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to concentrate on continuing to build out my design, and we need to start putting some color in. We have enough white at the moment, so we're going to put some color in. So these are thistles. They're blue thistles. Very pretty. Let's get these leaves cleaned up real quick. Hang on one second. Okay, blue thistles. Very pretty. I'm going to come in here and cut some of this down. I'm going to cut the leaves off. Okay. And I'm going to cut this apart. Okay. I'm just going to come in here and cut 2 of these off. And I have 2 that I've kept together. Now, I want to help the viewer see my height. And I also want to distribute the color. So my first thought is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put some thistle right here. Bend it out just a little bit. See that right there? This thistle right here. Now, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to put 1 right here. It's going to come in right here. Now, it also helps define the space, the shape, not space, the shape, right? Let me turn it around so you can see. It helps define the space, or shape, helps define the shape, right? Now I'm going to come in and I'm going to pepper the rest of this in. Now I have a couple of pieces that are really short and I need to add some length. So I'm going to take a 6-inch floral pick. I'm going to put it on the bottom of the stem. I'm going to wrap the wire down and around and back up to where the stem is. Just like that right there. Then I'm going to take some green floral tape. I'm going to pull the green floral tape and I'm going to wrap it around this wooden floral pick. And this adds or gives me some height, right? I can still bend this whichever direction I want it to go. So I think I'm going to put some right here. I'm going to cut it down. Put some right here. I've given it a little bit of height. Okay. I'm going to take the other one. I've got glue strings on my brain. I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Again, I'm going to put it at the bottom of the stem. I'm going to wrap it around and then down the stem and back up. Just like that. I'm going to take the floral tape, pull it. That allows it to become sticky. It activates the adhesive to where the tape sticks to itself, and pull it off. Okay. I think I want another piece right here, but I definitely want some right here. So what I'm trying to do is evenly distribute the blue color that's in the thistle throughout my design. This one is not going to be on the same level as the thistle close to it. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. And what happens is it gives texture, it adds texture to the design. Okay? Now what I want to do is I have these magnolia leaves left over, and I want to put some magnolia leaves in here. And so I am going to begin to build off the side and up a little bit. So let me get down in here. Put some magnolia leaf right there. So we have some right here. I'm going to come in and put a magnolia leaf right here. So we have this one right here. Now, I have viewers of this design that are going to be on both sides. This magnolia leaf is kind of bent towards me. So what I want to do is take another one and put another one to where it bends the other way so people can view it. Okay? I do not have 2 pine needles picks in on this side, so I'm using more of the magnolia on this side. I do have 2 pine needles picks on this side, so I can't use as many magnolia leaves, and that's perfectly fine. I'm going to come in on each side. And add some, just like that. Put some right there. See that? Let's get this out of the way so y'all can look at it for just a second. Okay. That's what we have so far. Okay, we're going to keep going. Now, again, I want to put some more color in here. So I'm going to take some blue forget-me-nots. Okay. And I'm going to throw some blue forget-me-not in here. And this is going to break up the white. Also, and add more interest. Okay, now at this point, I'm looking for holes. I'm looking for areas in my design that have no color. And that's when I'm going to go in and start filling in with this forget-me-not. See that? I have another color right here, or there is no color right here. I'm going to put some come on, still pick machine. Y'all hang on one second. There we go. She's old, and you have to treat her with some gentle care. Come in and put some right here. Let it kind of fall over a little bit. I'm going to put some right in here underneath my magnolia. See that right there? I'm filling in with some color. Okay? That looks pretty good. I need a little bit of color right here. Hang on, I'll show you. Oh. Let's see, I think I want to go underneath. In design, when you're doing floral design, one thing that you need to concentrate on is one of the principles of floral design is we want each floral to have its own space, right? We don't want to bunch it up so much that the beautiful elements that you're using kind of get lost in the design. So we want each element to have its own little space. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Now I'm going to throw in some blue, dusty blue eucalyptus. And again, this is going to kind of mimic my actual shape of my design for the inverted. I'm going to come over here and put some tall over here. And I'm going to bend it just a hair. Okay? This is what it looks like. It's right here. All right. I'm going to put some over here, possibly coming out right here. Cut this down or cut this leaf off. Let me cut one more of these off so it doesn't get tangled up. I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to put some right here. I'm not too sure I want it there. Let's take it out. Let's see. I'm going to cut this down and put it right here. Just like that. Don't need much of it. You don't need much. Just a little bit. I'm going to bend this way just a hair. And I'm going to come right up under here, right up underneath this magnolia right here. There we go. Just like that. Okay, the last thing we have is we're going to put some frosted cedar berries in. These are also texture. These are filler. This is filler texture, and it works beautifully. Let's get this back on. One of the little branches popped off. Well, the other one popped off. So hang on just a second. That's the only thing about working with cedar. Branches, they can pop off. There we go. Now, let's try this one more time. Well, rats. Let's put a little bit of glue on it. Keeps wanting to pop off. They're so small. Well, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this in separately. Just like that. Okay, that's where we are. Right there. We're going to put some more in. I want some up here at the top to give it a winter feel. I think I like this place right here. There we go, just like that. I'm going to come put some right here, coming off of the magnolia leaves. Well, I'm going to put it right here. There is no color there other than green, and I want some color right there. So there we go, it's right there. I have two more pieces. I'm going to put some right here on this side. And one more piece. I think, let's see. I'm going to put it right here. Just like that. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have a little hole right here. This is where you can go back in and figure out what you'd like to put in there. There's a lot of white right here, and I don't care. I don't want a whole bunch of white right there. So I'm going to come back in and I'm going to throw a little bit more blue in, but not this much. I'm going to break it down just a hair. There we go. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. Now, you see how linear this design is? This design, this is inverted, right? So we have a high point here. It comes down and around, and it can come back up. I have this inverting it, okay? So this is basically the design. I want to show you how you can finish off the bottom. You can take your, you can take magnolia leaves, you can take Italian ruscus, and what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to throw it right in here. Or you can take the leaves from the kind of honeysuckle and put it in here. Now you have to remember, you don't want it all falling out. So you just come right in here and you just begin to put it right there. Just slide it in a little bit right here. Right? Come in here and put some more. See how it's looking? See this right here? I'm filling that area in. I can come in here and put some ranunculus in. I'm not going to put quite that much. Cut that down just a hair. Not ranunculus. Lord help me, Laurie Ann. Italian. Italian, come on. Lord, I've lost my train of thought. And I'm going to put one more right here. Okay? And that's how you can blend out underneath your design. It's called collaring. You can collar your design. Okay? Just like that right there. Very pretty. Okay, I think that works. It's beautiful. Of course, I'll do the other side, color the other side. But here you go. Very pretty design. Very pretty winter design. This could definitely go on a foyer table, centerpiece. This is going to be used for a centerpiece. What you can also do is you can come in and, where did I put it? Well, it must have fallen off the table. Oh, it did. you can come in and put some frosted pieces in as well to make it even more winter looking. It's very lush and pretty. But this design, like I said, let me pull you up. This design is the inverted crescent recipe. You can do it several different ways, but this is your basic recipe for an inverted crescent design. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'm sorry I couldn't see your comments. If you liked this tutorial, please like and share it. If you know somebody who loves floral design, we would love to have them like the page here on YouTube. They can also follow us over at Southern Charm Wreaths and or join our Wreath of the Month Club for Southern Charm Wreaths. It's a wonderful community. We love everyone in there. Some very talented designers and just an awesome group of men and women who love to design with florals. Until next time, again, I'm Laurie, a design coach for Southern Charm Wreaths. I want to thank you again today for joining me. Please remember, be blessed, and as always, y'all be a blessing to somebody else, okay? We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.